Hey, folks. Welcome to the Diabolic DVD Dominion. It's been a while. Been a while. Um, what we have here tonight are just a couple of selections that I've been able to encounter in your neighborhood thrift store, kind of a what, yeah, situation, used bins, that kind of thing. Uh, One thing that surprised me was you got your Dune movie, which I think came out in the 80s. Kyle MacLachlan and Brad Dourif and some people from those times. Uh, it was used as sort of a template, I guess, for something recently came out called Dune on one of the pay-per-view or streaming services that are accustomed to making the new content that people watch. But no acknowledgement was ever made to Dune by the, I don't know, I think it was the Sci-Fi Channel came out with their own version of Dune, and then Children of Dune, another feature after this. So there was like 6 hours of content prepared in 2002 or somewhere in there. Uh, Sci-Fi Channel, I think it's well known. I think a lot of people watch it. So why this was not? I've seen features on streaming services where they compare the Dune that has been prepared recently against the 1985 feature, which is 128 minutes or something of that nature. But there was never any thought that this was even something that was ever made. And I'm not saying this is the, the best, but I will say that the effort that they made here at the Sci-Fi Channel was a minor bit better in my mind than the original. I mean, William Hurt was one of the only American movie actor in here. I don't know. Maybe he had to go to England to go appear in this. It's like a BBC thing, I guess, but it was pretty well done. These people, they got the Doctor Who and what have you, so I think they were all up into the kind of sci-fi possibilities. So they took this up on their own prior to any of our woke channels coming up with a great idea. Anyway, in a bin, I found a bunch of weeds. It's weeds. It's I don't know. All I can say is it seems to be I never even seen it. It says here it's like a Showtime. One of the services had it on there or something. I missed it, but what it appears to me to be is like some kind of deal where it's all about like kind of being a dealer or of the of pot or marijuana or whatever it is. But it's funny. I actually watched all of this. I binge watched it 2 weeks ago. See what's on this stuff, and there's a part in the end. I think it's anyway. There's like a shopping mall in Southern California where they create a ton of like between I don't know like Egypt and Lebanon, where they're trying to sneak stuff like under the border so nobody knows that it's there. And this is like they're like there's a part in here where they're actually trying to get um you know bring Hispanic girls and underage girls through customs by having them go underground through this long tunnel, and then appearing miraculously in a maternity shop, in a strip mall. And it's funny because sometimes you got your theoretical like movie mystical stuff, but there were in I think it was 2012 or somewhere in there where they actually encountered long like elaborate tunnels between Mexico and San Diego and filled them in with dirt because but this is sort of like I don't know whether it's art before the actual thing or art imitating the life itself. But I think this feature on Showtime or whatever it was predates the eventual the deal about people trying to get. And it's funny because now, like, why would you bother digging a hole and trying to make it go underground and go to all this trouble of, you know, putting lights and stuff in there and have people go under there when, you know, you don't even need to bother. It's just anybody can go either direction for thousands of miles. So it's like the very idea in this series is sort of pathetic as an entertainment item. Like, oh, it's a wow. No, this is sort of there's there's no why dig a hole? You can just walk right in, right? Why just dig a hole and make it all complicated? Have a secret maternity shop at a strip mall when you can really just, just walk across, walk in. So that's the. Oh, also we got ourselves. I found a Ghostbusters 2016. I think it was an attempt to make Ghostbusters inclusive or just replace all the men with women, one or the other. But nobody wanted one. They just didn't want it. Didn't fly. So you know what they did? They, well, the company that made it, they figured, let's give them Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and then the movie that we made that sucked, and maybe they'll buy it. So they give you both Ghostbusters, and then you get a copy of the movie that they made, and you get the whole package. Now I heard that they made one just recently that's based on the first movie, and that the second movie, Ghostbusters 2, is sort of overlooked as a thing. So that they need to skip the second movie. Oh, and the girl movie to go ahead and for this new sequel. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. All right. So here's the finale of Diabolic DVD Dominion. What I did was with the Pixies. I love how the DVDs fit together, and they all had that blue case on them. It just looks nice on a shelf. So I thought I will always have my Pixies. So why not I just shaved the Pixies down. Just to the Pixies, they fit nice. It's like I just shaved it, put the disc in here with the documentation, everything that came with it. Even like it came in a clear case. There's like artwork that's inside, and then you got it, and it's like it fits in all the Blu-rays. It's not a Blu-ray. I think it was a DVD. But here you go. It's like it fits in with the Blu-ray business. And you got to have your Pixies. Very important. The Pixies is an essential. A lot like the British invasion and a lot of other things. But the Pixies was an essential part of your your alternative area as the grunge stuff was going on. It's not Stone Temple Pilots or Nirvana, none of that. It's its own thing. It's far more important than any of that. I mean, not that Kurt Cobain didn't contribute his own flavor, but the Pixies was, I think, anyway. You got to give the Pixies their own. They're really good. But finally, we got Dirty Jobs. Oh, I think start with Dirty Jobs. Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs. This is like a 1999 or 2000 set of Discovery Channel's first season of Dirty Jobs. It's got all the seasons. But this thing was bigger than my head. I mean, literally in terms of how much space it occupied. It's like VHS cassettes. Think about that. It was like it was it was like this big. It was like this, and it came in its own case. It was like this thing like this. It was like all this. It was like wow. Each case had its own show in it. What I did was I just I think I retired Breaking Bad season 2, which had enough inner sleeves so you could put all the dirty jobs inside. It's great. It's like and then there's Happy Gilmore. There was enough. I don't know how I had extra space. There we go. Happy Gilmore. Tim's favorite. So you got your dirty jobs all in one case, and I just cut the box. And I tried to save the description part of the back sleeve so you could read what they all have on them. Fantastic. And now it's one thing. It's all this like little thing instead of a thing this wide. Same with Star Wars. Star Wars. In 2004, George Lucas came out with a revised version of Star Wars, which also had special scenes that were revised. Mos Eisley, some things that they did to include better features that would sound or look much more, what they did to Return of the Jedi, changing the musical bit with Java, disaster, ruined a good movie with garbage. They put a creature in there with this bugle nose and it has a mouth in the end. Goes, when it didn't have anything of the kind in it prior to that. And then they say, oh, well, we show her get killed better downstairs. Yes, she gets killed better downstairs. But it doesn't help the rubber lady with the gooby. Wrong. Disaster. But anyway, this does not have anything on it that says Disney. It's all 20th Century Fox. It's Lucasfilms Incorporated, Industrial Light and Magic. It's Disney free. This is not a Disney product, but it's kind of cool. I got all in a Blu-ray. I got all the 3 movies in. I just picked out an old movie that had space for 3 discs. I forget. I don't even know what it is. But it's nice because it fits in with the Blu-ray area, and it's a good thing. Getting the Blu-ray right now, it would be a Disney product, and I'm not sure that's really where any American family needs to go right now. It's odd. I don't understand. I'm kind of confused. But anyhow, have a good evening.